There we are, loves. Welcome back to the show. Let's try not to mess the phone up too much. Anyway, how is everybody? All right. Welcome back, Mrs. John, Original Standing, Dame Wisdom, Sugar Chateau, Dame Deb is here, Mrs. John, Dame Athos, Queen of the Mountain, right? Who else? Ellie Ryan, I love you, you know, spliff and coffee, and, spliff and coffee, and, that's how it is. Who else do we have? Lynn Champagne, of course. Welcome, my love. All right, here we go with the cards. You want to do the cards? We're doing the cards. One question for the cards. What do we want to know? What do we want to know? Did I shuffle the cards? I think I shuffled. Monday, love. Monday. Oh, hang on. All right. One question for the cards. Love, what is it going to be tonight? What do you want to know? God, I so wish to ask about Dylan Mortensen once more. Thank you for my candle. Thank you. I guess the question I have, right, is it's always going to go back to Miss Dylan Mortensen for me. So, of course, I'm going to ask them this. Of course, I'm going to ask them, I'm going to ask the four. Did Dylan Mortensen, we've asked this question sort of before, right? But we're asking the four here. Did Dylan Mortensen, was she the catalyst to having all of you murdered? Was she the catalyst? Was she the gatekeeper here? That's my question with Dylan Mortensen. She has to be a part of this in some fashion. So, was she the gatekeeper? Was she the catalyst for all of you getting murdered? I think that's the best way we can put it. Right? Welcome back, Dabmans. Welcome back, Dabmans. Welcome back to the castle. Dylan, so we're going to ask bluntly, and, we're going to be as blunt as possible here for them. And then Dylan has to be here. So my question to the four is she the catalyst for your murders? She's the gatekeeper. Is she the gatekeeper here? Yeah. So here we go. Let's see what they tell us here. I think I shuffled them. All right, that's good. All right. Okay, we'll start with this. We're setting the record straight. That's what we're doing. Okay. We got a guy with a gun looking at a target. We're setting the record straight. Something, right? That's what we're doing first. Setting the record straight. I got a gun and a target. Great. Let's move on. Question, right? Call 2 here. Here we are. Let's see what this thing is. Okay. Well, I think that's pretty clear. There's game over. Setting the record straight. Game over. All right. Setting the record straight. Game over. Guy with a gun. Pretty quick. Doesn't seem that way. Nah, not really. All right, let's go on. Here you are, my love. I knew you were going to come one of these days. And here you are. There you are. I knew you were here somewhere. Yes, I did. You're always here in some fashion, by the way. Setting the record straight. Game over. Hater. She always pops up. She always pops up. Hater. Hater. Game over. All right, let's see what this one is. Let's see what the fourth is. It's usually for... Oh, we've got the rules. Hey, we forgot the rules. Remember, no money on this. True intention, and the question has to be specific. That's the rules. All right, number 4. Again. Wait. No. Wait, no. Oh, yeah, okay, this. I'll say, again, we keep getting this card. Getting a room. Remember, hotel, motel, suite, business, and pleasure. That always comes up. Always. Yeah. There you go. Interesting. Holiday Inn. Holiday Inn. Somebody who's... So, the way I'm interpreting this is, right? Somebody... Part of what happened, I think, here is... We have... this is difficult. If we consider more than one assassin, right? If there's 4... involved. This card keeps coming up. Getting a room. So it's almost like you have to. It's almost like you're thinking. One of these people that was involved in doing this crime, right? Dylan is always here. So, but I feel like one of the people involved in actually doing the murders, possibly they were staying outside of town here somewhere. Something like that, but that always keeps coming up. Like we're not staying in town, of course. We are around, but we're not right there. We're not right by the house. No. But we are close by. We are close enough to go there. Yeah, something like that. And we're waiting. We're waiting here. Something is going on like that here. That keeps coming up. Anyway, let's see what this one is, right? Let's see what this one is. Yeah, so let's see. God, checking ourselves again. Fine. Look, it's the same cards over and over again, guys. Checking ourselves. Same cards. We made a mistake. We screwed up. There was something here we fucked up. Right? We're checking things. This always comes up. We're checking ourselves. Did I make a mistake? What did I do? Did I make a mistake? Yeah. All right, one more here. Let's see what this is, though. Let's see what this is. Okay, right. So this, again, it's the same thing. Keeping a secret. What is on her face? So that is a tattoo, I guess. But there, yeah. Keeping you a secret. Keeping you a secret. I'm keeping you a secret. I know about you. I know who you are. I know you. I know exactly here. I'm keeping you a secret. Yep. Definitely. I know where you came from. I know where you were. I know what happened here. I'm keeping you a secret in all this. But that's what's going on. I feel she knows. This person knows. She knows exactly what happened. Miss Mortensen? That's the question for her, right? This is Dylan's question. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And what happened here, I think, she suckered in. She suckered in a lot of fucking people here. Not just one person, she suckered in multiple people here with her bullshit. And these people, I don't know, but they are these kind of people that she somehow was involved with, suckered in some fashion, whatever it is. These were dangerous fucking people. Dangerous. Very dangerous people. Whether or not she knew that, difficult to say. But I think she probably did. But these people that she's doing things here with, fucking around with, or whatever, these are dangerous fucking people. These people are dangerous. Absolutely. I mean, look at what they did. They're dangerous people. So, whoever, if Miss Mortensen represents this female in here, she summoned things here that she must have known here how dangerous this was. She has to have known that. This very dangerous situation. She is the hater. Remember, right? We got the hater. So we got hater here, her, and we're gonna keep you a secret. Don't worry about it. Keeping you a secret. My hatred is playing out here. Where the guys on the other side of the fence here, this is what they're doing. They're checking themselves. Did I make a mistake? They may be checking themselves to make sure they got the right person or people. I don't know what they're doing. But as soon as this came in motion, this is exactly what this was. Whenever this kicked off, whenever this plan was set in motion, it was straight on. There was going to be no getting out of this, right? We're setting the record straight. I got a gun. I'm serious. Whatever. But it's game over. It is completely game over. Hate. Checking myself after the fact, but I'm keeping you a secret. There you go. I'm sorry. My apologies. We also got a room here. Don't forget getting a room. This is our plot. This is part of the plot. Anyway, there you go. I hope you like that. I think for that kind of question, if Dylan Mortensen is the catalyst to their murders, I think that maybe can speak to that to some degree. Yes, absolutely. Why? Because why is that? Because there has to be a catalyst of hate in this crime. There has to be a catalyst of hatred. So that is true. There has to be hatred here in this case. And there has to be a catalyst of this hatred. And one of the survivors of this massacre, she cannot put together a coherent story to tell you. Again, what is that? That's a problem, right? So if anybody has hatred that's permeating, look, hatred is running throughout this case. Big time. And you got one survivor who is delusional. And you got one survivor who cannot tell you a coherent story. And you got one survivor who blatantly tells you she doesn't know what is reality versus fantasy. I don't know what else you need here to consider in your assessment of whether or not this person can be involved in this crime. I don't know what else you would need here. I mean, all of that is damning. So no matter what you feel about this case, if you just consider these facts alone, regardless of your feelings, you have to consider Dylan one of your prime suspects. You have to. I don't care how you fucking feel about it. I don't. None of her story makes any sense. Well, that has been a problem since day one. But anyway, I thought that's an interesting question. So there you are. Yeah. Catalyst of hate. Catalyst of hate. There is hatred here, of course. There is a humongous amount of hatred here in this case. I hate these people. I absolutely hate them. Hate them. Why else would I do this to them? If I don't have some level of hatred to these fucking people, why else am I doing this? I don't know. Why? No. Not for the fun of it. You're not Stanley. See, you're not Stanley. You're not Stanley. You're not doing this for the fun of it. You're doing this because you hate these people. There is a level of anger here that supersedes some sort of hobo walking off the street and just happens to murder 4 people. I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, that's got to be one pissed off hobo here. Yeah, that's got to be one pissed off hobo the clown just walking into your house and murdering you. You got to be, that takes a special type of person. Yeah, for sure. And so I don't see it here. No way. No way. No way. Anyway, quick break. We wrap it up. I wanted this finale to be short, sweet, to the point, one card. You know, you already heard me bitch enough today, so. Yeah. The only way I reach this level of hatred towards something, right? Or this amount of rage or something, anger in me that has built up, the only way I reach this point is if I have been suffering for a very long time with antisocial personality problems. I have to be antisocial here. You know, in order for me to do this crime, I have to have a history of antisocial personality here. In order for me to butcher these people like the way I did, I have to have a history of antisocial personality, at the very least. But I don't see that history here in Brian Kohlberger. We have to have a history of antisocial personality here. In order for me to do this, I don't see that in this history. You know, whoever's going around butchering cats in the neighborhood, well, that's your guy. Who is ever butchering cats, that's your perpetrator, most likely, one of them. So yeah, you're at that level of I don't know. You're at that level, man. You're at that level of disregard for things. You're already at that level. Yeah. Hatred, anger, perhaps, but you would have to have, maybe, I don't know. That's difficult. That's difficult. Anyway, quick break. We wrap things up. We'll pick that up. We'll pick the thought up tomorrow, love. Pick it up tomorrow. Tomorrow is another day. We don't have to vomit all our thoughts out at once in one day, do we? No. We can wait. No. Odd. Either, yeah, that's so odd. Either I'm, it has to be one or the other. Either I'm so angry and raged, it's either that or I'm a robot. I'm an absolute robot. I'm a robot. I'm a robot. All right, my love. Yeah. All right. So, we'll pick it up tomorrow, loves. Yeah. Pick it up tomorrow. Ugh. If I can get this situated. The phone is dead. The phone is down. God. Hey. What are you doing? What? Hello? Where are we? Hello? Hello? Oh, there you are. All right. Welcome, Tilly. 732. Welcome, everybody. All right. We end it. We go to bed. Good night. Oh, do I have to do it? Yeah. I don't know. More shit to think about, I guess. Oh, my God. No, we'll get on. We'll get on. Yeah, we'll get on to the moist shit and all that. Gower. I don't know. I think he would bore the fuck out of me right now. All right. How about this? How about this? How about this? Yeah. How about this? No, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. Yeah, I guess we'll do this. All right, love. I love you. Hang on. All right. I love you. Good night, loves. I love you. Hey, tomorrow, hey, Beautiful dreamscapes tonight, loves. I love you, my lords, lads, dudes, sugars, sugar lily, sugar mountains on the moon. Here we go. Happy trail, love. Happy trail. Happy trail, love.